what's going on everybody? RKGameN here, back with another video, and in this video it's going to be a little bit different. It's actually it's my vlog of my experience of going to Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood. I want to clarify, it's at Universal Studios Hollywood. I did not fly all the way to Japan just to go to the Super Nintendo World there. I know there is like some things there I've heard that are a little bit different at the one in Japan that are not, it's not at Universal Studios Hollywood. Universal Studios Hollywood is easier for me to travel to, so I went to Super Nintendo World there. And let me just say, it was quite the experience. So I'm going to show some footage that I took while I was there, and I'm also just going to explain my experience and if I think, you know, it'll be good for you guys to go. If you want to go, you know, what my take is on it. So yeah, let's just hop right on into it. And if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go. Yo, what's up everybody? So it is currently 6:49 a.m. right now. I've just gotten dressed and everything to go to Super Nintendo World. I'm gonna be leaving in a little bit, probably like 20 minutes or something. Yeah, about 25 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm gonna hop on, play some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'll catch you guys when I'm at the park. So see you there. Okay, so the reason that I woke up at like 6 a.m. I believe it was, is because Universal Studios Hollywood opens at 8 a.m. and closes at 10 p.m. So I wanted to get there as soon as they opened so that the crowds would not be there, was what I was expecting, you know, so there wouldn't be a lot of crowds. So I woke up at 6 a.m. so that I could eat breakfast, get dressed, and get ready and everything, and then I could go over there, and I'd be at Super Nintendo World like right when it opened and everything. That was the plan. Alright, quick little update. I'm still not at Super Nintendo World yet, but I'm gonna be leaving in just a few minutes. I just finished playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I was playing as Mario because I'm gonna do the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge at Super Nintendo World. So I was playing as Mario to prep to be able to beat Bowser at Super Nintendo World. But then I proceed to do a Grand Prix, the Star Grand Prix, which I'm really good at all those courses. And I was doing everything great. And then this guy called Bowser comes in with red shells and green shells. Literally as I'm about to cross the finish line, makes me finish in like 3rd and 4th place. So eventually I got silver, 2nd place. But let's just say that's not gonna happen today at the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, so we're gonna get our revenge on him. Okay, now here's where things start to get interesting. So I think I got at Universal, I think it was like exactly like at 8 a.m. or maybe like, no, it was 8 a.m. because once I got there, I walked to the bag check area where they check your bags and you walk through the scanner and everything. Basically where it feels like you're under arrest, you know, and they're like, put your hands up, walk through the detector. So I went to do that, and I walked through that, and I had to wait a minute so that we could figure out where Super Nintendo World is in Universal Studios Hollywood, because Universal Studios Hollywood is pretty darn big, and it makes sense because it is a theme park, so I was expecting it to be big. I found Super Nintendo World fairly easily. Super Nintendo World is in the lower lot of Universal Studios Hollywood, so I had to walk a little bit to get there, and let me just say, I've not been to a theme park for a long time since I went to Super Nintendo World and Universal Studios Hollywood. There are too many people in one area at once. Like, you have no personal space to walk, you have no personal space to breathe or really do anything unless you get lucky and like find a spot to sit or just stand off to the side out of the wave of foot traffic. It is genuinely crazy, but it's what I expected because it's a theme park. Lots of people go to theme parks. I had to go down a lot of escalators, or you could go downstairs. I went down an escalator because I'm lazy like that. There's a lot of escalators to get down to the lower lot. There's like, I think it was like 4 or 5 sets of them, and they were all really long. It's not like short rides or anything. But as I got closer, I was starting to be able to see Super Nintendo World like out in the distance. And that was really cool because I was like, oh, it's real, it's like it's right there. But the part that scared me was that as I got even closer and I could see more details on Super Nintendo World, I saw the largest crowd of people in the smallest space possible that I've ever seen. I know Super Nintendo World is technically like, you know, it's on a like land scale, it's big, but with the amount of people there, oh my goodness, it was jam-packed. Like it was mobbed, I'm not kidding you. It was literally mobbed with people, but I'll get to that in just a second. I saw the entrance to Super Nintendo World, which is you walk through a pipe and it looks like it's like transporting you into the Mushroom Kingdom, which was super cool. But the crazy part that was super annoying was that in order for me to get to the entrance, just to the entrance to Super Nintendo World, they had barricades set up where you had to walk to the right all the way downhill into the Transformer section and then weave your way around and walk back up to do a totally unnecessary loop to just get into Super Nintendo World. That part was so dumb. Like, why make us walk such unnecessarily like walk so much? Like, why do we have to walk that much just to get into the world? So that part was definitely not good. After you go into Pipe, there's Peach's Castle from Super Mario 64. Oh my gosh, the memories. I just looked on the ground and I see the sun logo on the ground, and I think, oh, I look up, I'll be able to be transported and with the wing caps, collect the red coins and everything. And it's Bob on Battlefield, the painting and everything. It was just nostalgia all over. Although I do have to say I felt kind of rushed in that area because there were a ton of people trying to get in at the same time. So I felt like I had to keep constantly moving, so I didn't get to fully just stay in there and be immersed. So that was kind of a downside. Once I left Peach's Castle, when you go out of it, you're in Super Nintendo World and you literally feel like you just stepped into a Mario video game. Like it literally feels like that. Let me just show you the clip of what it looks like. It's absurd. So yeah, as you can see, Super Nintendo World is amazing. Like the way that they constructed everything, the way Nintendo constructed everything, and the engineers, just the nostalgia and the Easter eggs hidden everywhere. The way it was built was unbelievable.
However,
like I was saying, I was gonna get back to the amount of people in there. It was literally a mob of people. It was just mobs and mobs and mobs and mobs of people. They definitely either need to put a limit of how many people can enter Super Nintendo World at once, or just expand it altogether, because with the amount of people that were there when I went is way too small. And I know that sounds exaggerated, but trust me, it is way too small with the amount of people that were there. I got my power-up band, which I'm going to show you right now. So you can see right here. I don't know if that transition looked good or not, but we'll see when I'm editing this. This is the power-up band. There's 6 different types. There's Mario, which is one I got. There's Luigi, there's Peach, there's Daisy, Yoshi, and Toad. So yeah, 6 of them. One of these costs $40 in US dollars. I know that sounds like a lot, which technically it is just for like this.
but
The reason that this is worth it, first off, it just looks really cool. You see this one here has the M and little eyes and the overalls and everything. And then on the back, there's a QR code that you can scan into the Universal Studios Hollywood app, and then it can track your progress that you make in the park. But what's really cool about this also, it's basically like a bracelet in a way. So let me show you what I mean by that in just a second. So it's like a bracelet. So you have your arm here, and it's like one of those slap bracelets where you just do that, and then it like hooks on, and you can put this part on like that, and then you can just wear it as a bracelet just like this, and you can just wear it around Super Nintendo World, and then you can use this to reveal like hidden things around the park, or you can use this to like
punch the question blocks
or brown blocks, you know. It looks like it would be heavy, but it is not heavy at all. Like, it's super light. The actual reason that this is worth $40 is because even when you're not at Super Nintendo World, there's still a use for this when you're at home. If you have Mario games, which most likely you do if you visited Super Nintendo World and got a power-up band, or any games on your Nintendo Switch, you can literally use this power-up band as an amiibo. I think that just makes it really worth it, because this is not only something really cool for Super Nintendo World, like a collectible, but it's literally like an amiibo that you can use for games, which I think makes it really worth the $40. So let me just go ahead and put this back real quick. All right, there we go. Again, I don't know if that transition came out well. But anyways, I got the power-up band, and then I made my way over to the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. My plan was I was going to go there, do the ride first, because that's the one and only ride that's at Super Nintendo World. And I was going to do that first, like take about an hour or something, and then explore the rest of Super Nintendo World and visit other parts of Universal. Let's just say my plan did not go as expected. Imagine you are in a line, and you're in a line for about an hour, okay? So you get to the door. Oh great, I finally get to go on the Mario Kart ride, let's go. You walk through the door, another room with the same line, you wait for another hour. Repeat that 2 more times, repeat that 2 more times, repeat that 2 more times, and by the time you get on the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge ride, you've been waiting in a line for 4 hours. I'm not kidding you. I waited in the line to get on the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge ride for 4 hours. Now, I know there's probably some of you out here watching this video that have been like,
I've waited in longer lines than that.
I understand that, you know, there's people that like to do that. I'm not one of those kind of people. I can't wait in lines for that long like that unless it's for something I really, really care about, in this being one of them. And then for the last hour, it was all in the sun, bright sun, because I was waiting outside of Bowser's Castle, as you can see in the clip. I was literally just waiting outside Bowser's Castle, and the ominous Bowser music just playing in the background as I'm just getting a big headache and everything, and I'm just trying to keep my composure and everything, and everyone else in line keeping their composure too. So let's just say that definitely did not go very well. And no staff came out to check on us or anything. We were just waiting there, and it was literally like a labyrinth. It's not like a regular straight line. It was like wavy and everything. If you want to get out, you have to try to sneak through everything to get out and get out of the line. And I was thinking of doing that when I was at Bowser's Castle, but then I changed my mind because literally as I was saying, oh, I'm gonna need to like go now because I can't take this anymore. Someone went onto the PA system, and then they said the Mario Kart ride was again fully operational. And that was another thing. The reason it also took longer was not only because the amount of people, but the ride kept having technical issues. It kept malfunctioning, and they had to keep fixing it. And the message that there's technical issues went on, I'm not kidding you, like 20 times they said,
we're experiencing technical difficulties and our technicians are on site and everything.
So finally, when they said it was operational, I was like so happy. I finally got into Bowser's Castle. There was so much cool stuff in the castle, as you can see in the clips on the screen. There was a lot of cool stuff, a lot of Easter eggs and everything between the books on the shelves and the trophies and everything. And now for the actual ride itself, it's literally like a 20 out of 10. Like it was perfect because I got in on the cart, and I don't have footage of this because they don't allow you to record while you're on the ride unless you're like, you know, I don't know, some big YouTuber or something, which is not me. So I wasn't able to record me going on the ride, but trust me, this ride is totally worth it. Even if you have to wait for 4 hours, trust me, it is worth it. I got in through the actual cart. I had a visor on, Mario visor, and then there were goggles on the handlebars for the steering wheel for the cart, and they magnetically attached to the my visor, and those were the AR goggles in a way. So it combined the real world with
AR, and
it was just perfect. Like I was just seeing enemies, and I was hitting them with the shells and everything. I was steering at the same time, and it felt like I was going so fast, even though I wasn't going fast at all. Like the ride doesn't move fast, but it felt like I was going super fast. Let's just say Team Mario beat Team Bowser. That was the main thing I did at Super Nintendo World, and then I just explored around. But I was exhausted after the ride because of the emotions I was feeling on the ride and the long wait I had to wait for the ride. After I finished the ride, I was just exploring around Super Nintendo World, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired now. I've explored. I'm happy. I'm gonna go home now. I left it at that. I was too tired to see anything else at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I can already see the comments like,
why didn't you go on like the Jurassic World ride, or why didn't you go on the Harry Potter ride or whatever?
I don't know why I did, but in the moment I was like, I can't do anything else. I need to go home. I need to like sleep for like 10 hours. I went home after that, and that was my experience at Super Nintendo World. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts about Super Nintendo World, and hopefully my thoughts help you decide if you want to go and see it for yourself or not. It's up to you. That ends up being your choice. I'm just here giving you my feedback, my personal experience, and my personal thoughts about Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment if you would go to Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood, or if you go to the one in Japan, or if you wouldn't go at all. Just let me know. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. So later, and peace.